Hello, and welcome to another episode of Soul Talk Radio. So, today we're going to be discussing the masks that we wear. So, I talk about this in my book that's, by the way, it's getting released this Friday. I was going to share it at the end of the episode, but I'm so excited. The official release date is going to be this coming Friday, 7/14. The title of the book is Don't You Effing Dare. I can't say the bad word on a live. But it refers to a disruptor phrase that I will often tell myself, don't you dare, or don't you effing dare. When I start to think negatively, I'm flowing down a worrisome thought cycle, if I'm judging myself, judging somebody else, that sort of thing. When I catch myself in that moment, I'll use what I call a disruptor phrase to kind of jolt my system, and then I'll shift my thoughts to more truthful and positive thoughts. So that's what that title refers to. But you can order it. You can pre-order it now on Amazon for the Kindle version. And then I'm also creating, obviously, a paperback version, hardcover. And now I'm working on the Audible version. So super exciting. Couldn't wait to share it with you guys. But in my book, in the shadow work section, I talk about the masks that we wear. So we craft our personality and wear these masks, which are almost attuned to like a second skin, like something that we place on our avatar that we present to the world, right? And I want to discuss how a lot of times certain masks that we wear, we pretend that we don't have them, right? We pretend that they don't exist, and they're kind of our hidden aspects of us, which is what shadow work dives into, the hidden aspects of us. So we have a lot of masks that we love to wear, right? Which are humorous masks, our kindness, generosity masks, those sort of things we present to the world. But there are also masks such as our rude, jealous, impulsive, or spiteful masks that we just simply pretend don't exist. And instead of saying that they do exist, what we typically do is we hide them away and we point them out in somebody else. So I want to read a little bit from my book that helps to kind of describe this topic. So the chapter that I'm going to read from is called The Masks Analogy. And I'm not going to read the whole chapter. It's like a 4-page chapter. I'm going to read maybe 6 paragraphs. I'm going to jump around a little bit, but I think this will help to explain this topic. So, we all cultivate the personalities we present to the world. In a way, we can think of these personalities we craft as avatars. There are certain aspects of our personality that we hide away since we perceive and deem those as bad or unacceptable aspects of ourselves. We symbolically lock the disowned parts of ourselves in a metaphorical closet and pretend they don't exist. These aspects of our ego are the masks we choose to present to the world and the masks we choose to hide from the world. Imagine that each person has a theater staging area within their minds, a space to get into costume and place on their preferred mask of the moment before presenting themselves to the world. On the walls of the staging area hangs many beautiful masks displayed like artwork. These are the masks we choose to wear and show to the world. These are the accepted parts of ourselves. These beautiful masks include our funny, silly, virtuous, patient, kind, appeasing, gregarious, generous, respectful, confident, and optimistic masks. Then in the back of the staging area is a dimly and dark lit, in the back of the staging area is a dark and dimly lit area housing a large, weathered trunk. This trunk is where we place our ugly, grotesque, and shameful masks. This is where we hide the disowned parts of ourselves. We hide them away, bury them, and lock the trunk door to pretend they simply don't exist. These masks include our rude, angry, vulgar, belligerent, aggressive, jealous, impatient, impulsive, pessimistic, greedy, hypocritical, manipulative, and spiteful masks. These are the masks we've been taught to hide or suppress. These are the dark aspects of our personality that we pretend simply don't exist. Jumping around a little. Each mask that we wear was crafted during a moment in our lives when we witnessed another person, such as our parents or our peers, wearing their mask, and we witnessed the love, praise, and admiration they received while playing that character. Therefore, we wanted that for ourselves. We made a carbon copy of their masks, placing this new version of ourselves onto the wall of masks to choose from. We love wearing these masks since they bring us praise, love, acceptance, and admiration that the ego seeks. Once again, jumping to another page. We become so attached to our masks, believing they are who we are. You may have a doctoral degree or be a member of a world-famous band or a particular society. However, those things, those titles, physician, musician, etc., don't make up who you are. You are infinite consciousness expressing itself through human form, and the mind of this human form is always seeking acknowledgement, acceptance, love, understanding, to be heard and to be seen. It's always seeking to fulfill an essential need, to be loved, understood, safe, accepted, and connected. None of these things are bad. They are all part of the human experience. However, I believe there is profound healing when we realize that we may experience those things and those longings, but it's simply a function of the mind or an ego clinging to wanting, not actually who you are at your core. So I'll end there. So we wear these masks in every possible context. We wear them in our careers, when we're around our friends, and we can even wear masks depending on the certain hobbies that we enjoy. For example, I am a Star Wars fan. I got into the books when 7, 8, and 9, the movies 7, 8, and 9 came out, and so as an example, I have a Star Wars sticker on my car. So that's me participating in the mask of being a Star Wars fan. It's not actually who I am at my core, pure conscious awareness. It's just a mask that I'm wearing. And a lot of times we'll even do something to try and reach out to somebody else who we feel like is wearing that same mask. By purchasing that Star Wars sticker or a shirt that says Star Wars or something like that, we're almost subconsciously saying I like this thing. Are you like me? Sort of thing. So calling in other people who are wearing that exact same mask. And a lot of the masks that we wear, crafting the personality throughout our lifetime, it's done subconsciously. This is not a conscious thought that we're making, although sometimes it is. And I'll give you an example, which I talk about in my book. There was, I saw pictures of this room that was a meditation room, and it had all these bohemian lanterns and all these beautiful tapestries and colors. And I found myself, searching bohemian meditation room on Pinterest. That's still a mask that I'm choosing to participate in, right? The bohemian vibe. And again, there's nothing wrong with these things. There's nothing wrong with crafting the personality, but it's so helpful to realize the masks that we're constantly wearing, to realize I am not those things. I am the pure consciousness who is witnessing this avatar and this life unfold. And I mean, some masks, like my funny, humorous mask, I love wearing that mask, but it's still a mask. It's still a crafted part of my personality that's seeking love and admiration. They all are. But when we bring awareness to these masks, we're cultivating and strengthening the witness mind. So we're able to witness those things and those behaviors and see them as a seeking of an essential need that we're trying to meet. So again, the essential needs that I read within the book, love, acceptance, connection, that sort of thing. So I encourage you to try and, to cultivate more of this witness mind around the masks that we wear. Maybe trying to name the masks that you're wearing when you're noticing that you're wearing them. I do the same thing when I'm noticing certain aspects of my ego mind. I'll name that part of my ego. I have a name for my the perfectionist part of me. I call her perfectionist Penelope. So when I'm, engaging in very perfectionistic thinking, this has to be perfect, blah, 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 it's not perfect, oh my God, blah, 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 I'll say, okay, perfectionist Penelope's at it again. that sort of thing. So it's very helpful, to bring that understanding and that naming into the process, and it helps us again create separation between the masks that we're wearing versus who we actually are. And this helps you to embrace self-reflection, self-acceptance, and explore the depths of who we are beyond the masks that we're choosing to wear. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. I love sharing these things with you guys, and I see a few of you have joined kind of in the middle of our episode here, so I'm going to say my announcement again. My book, Don't You Effing Dare, is going to be released this Friday, 7/14, and you can pre-order it on Kindle now. I'm also creating, obviously, the paperback version, hardcover, and I'm recording the Audible version now, so hopefully the Audible version will be released in the next few weeks while I finish that up. But thank you so much for joining me, as always. And if you're interested in a session with me, please visit my website, meganshirey.com. I'm also a meditation instructor on the Insight Timer app. I teach there every Sunday at 10 a.m. So you can either join us on the app, or I also live stream it on my Facebook page, Twitter, TikTok, those sort of things. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and please leave us a review. It helps us to reach more people and expand this community. And may you be happy, may you be well, may you be joyous and at ease, sending you infinite love and light. And until next time.